Hello, everybody. I am glad that you're with me. I'm Carole Copeland Thomas. Super excited about what's going to happen in 2 days. Now, unless you've been on another planet, you know that in the United States, we are having some rough times right now. We have a new presidential administration making all kind of changes that are affecting so many people. We're going to talk about that in conjunction with Black History Month and the significance of Black History Month on this coming Friday, February 7th, or if you're in the UK, on the 7th of February. This is our US UK Summit on Race event that we have been doing for the last 4 years now. It's hard to believe, since the first anniversary of George Floyd's death. We have come together. My partners, Bill Wells and Garth Dallas, have come together, putting together these special programs where we're looking at the aspects of race in particular and how it is connected to both the United States and the United Kingdom and different parts of the world. Well, we're going to celebrate Black History Month on February 7th here in the United States. We celebrate Black History Month in the United Kingdom in October. We're going to celebrate the U.S. version on Friday, looking at its history, its significance, obviously tribute to all of the famous African Americans or Black Americans who have come before us, but particularly now, where do we stand? Why is this such an important topic when we're looking at this very new presidential administration under Donald Trump? A couple of days ago, you could go back and check your sources. I had a live stream with my partners, Bill Wells and Garth Dallas. They were on with me. Hello, my friends. We'll see them again on Friday. I wanted to come to you and talk to you about these very important topics. And we want to talk about Black History Month as it relates to what's race got to do with it. So that's our title, Black History Month. What's race got to do with it? If you don't know, in this country, there have been a series of executive orders that have been launched on the American public by the new president. One of them is banning diversity, equity, and inclusion with all federal agencies and restricting the activities with federal contractors. This was done in September of 2020. I've talked about it in the past. It's now being done again under the second Trump administration, and it's wreaking havoc for a lot of my colleagues who are in this field in different states who work for the federal government. Many of them have now been put on furlough or pushed out of office as part of the master plan related to Project 2025. I'm so grateful that I live in Massachusetts. It's a blue state. I have lots of support here from my sponsors who I will celebrate on Friday. And because of their support and because of the support of so many people like you, that's why I'm able to move forward and to continue on with these activities. So we're going to tell you about our two wonderful speakers who are going to just delight us in all the things that they are doing. First of all, we have, let me make sure I don't want to miss any comments here. Okay, have our comments going here. First, we have from the United States, from the Minnesota area, Dr. Katherine Johnson Coleman. She is a former corporate person who specialized in HR issues as well. She has an earned doctorate, and she now is heading her own firm called KJC Consulting in the United States. I like her because she's kind of edgy, and she's going to just deal with things from a very real perspective. So we definitely want you to be a part of that. So Katherine Johnson Coleman will be our first speaker with our first hour of the presentation. The presentation and the workshop, or whatever you want to call it, the summit, is 2 hours long. So Dr. Coleman is our first speaker. She'll be interviewed by Bill Wells. And then our second hour, interviewed by Garth Dallas, will be Professor William Les Henry. He has many years as an academician, lecturing and working with several of the universities in England, particularly in London as well. And now he is also on his own, again, looking at things from a UK perspective. He is an author, a speaker, and the head of his own firm, PWH Consultancy Services. And he is a part of the National Independent Education Coalition in the United Kingdom. So we have two great speakers, Dr. Coleman speaking in the morning, and then Professor Les or Professor Henry is going to be speaking in the afternoon. And we definitely want you to be there. Give your comments, whether you are on Zoom or Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube. Those are going to be the platforms that we're going to be using on Friday for this very, very important event. You can register at mssconnect.com. That's my website, mssconnect.com. You can go there and register if you want to participate on the Zoom platform. If you want to participate on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, you can definitely just come at the appropriate hour and be a part of this important discussion. So 11 a.m. Eastern is when the program will start. That translates to 10 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Mountain, 8 a.m. Pacific, or 4 p.m. GMT. That's the UK and parts of the world that also operate under that particular time zone. So you can configure things accordingly. But we want you there because we're going to talk about the importance and the significance of Black History Month, what it means to our country, what it means to the world. I think about the world that we are in now, and we have to remind ourselves, as I reminded my sorors with Delta Sigma Theta sorority in a newsletter that I'm a part of, that we've seen this before, sadly so. During the era of 1913, when Delta started, Woodrow Wilson was our president. He is a known racist. A known racist. He, in 2 years' time after taking the presidency on in 1913, by 1915, he was actually showing Birth of a Nation in the White House. If you don't know what Birth of the Nation is, that is the documentary celebration of the Ku Klux Klan. Yes, I have watched most of it. I have to psychologically prepare myself to watch the rest of it, but that was shown in the White House in 1915. And then I look at Dr. Carter G. Woodson, who didn't start his formal education until he was in his 20s, going on to earning his PhD. And in 1926, when he started what used to be known as Negro History Week, it evolved in the 70s into Black History Month. But Negro History Week was literally founded during the time of the Xenic highest point of membership for the Ku Klux Klan. There were between 2 and 4 million people who were part of that, and many of them were in government. They were in federal, state, county, local, town level government. Yes, the Ku Klux Klan were there. And so obviously a lot of the rights of Black people were totally ignored because of the people who were in power and the decision makers. There's a brilliant history of the Ku Klux Klan that I would encourage you to go on YouTube and check it out, because they talk about their origins right after the Civil War, why they started, and again, their heyday in the 20s, and then sort of waning. And now we see these splintered groups like Proud Boys and some of the other right-wing racist organizations that are literally descendants of the Ku Klux Klan. So I think about 1926, when Black History Month, otherwise at that point known as Negro History Week, when that was founded, and where we are today. And then I look at all of these policies that are just being thrown out, one right after the other, renouncing birthright citizenship, mass deportation, get rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion, freeze out all of the federal employees, including those who work for USAID. hats up, prayers definitely for my friends who are in USAID right now and my friends and family members who are in the government. We are definitely watching this very carefully, and we hope that your job will be protected and saved going forward. So this is all part of where we are now in 2025. But do not forget that we have a past that we also have to be reckoned with when we look at the importance of diversity, equity, inclusion, Black achievement during Black History Month. We're going to have a lot to talk about. I am looking forward to it. Thank you all so much who are watching this live, or you're going to be watching this after the fact. Please share this with your friends and your family members. We want a really strong presence and a great attendance when we talk about these very important issues, and particularly Black history. What's race got to do with it? I am Carole Copeland Thomas, and I will see you on Friday. Probably will do another one of these tomorrow on Thursday, but we're going to have a wonderful, riveting, compelling conversation on Friday when we talk about what's race got to do with it, and we are hosting you as part of the US UK Summit on Race. Take care. We'll see you soon. This is Carole Copeland Thomas. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.